Throughout history, many ancient civilizations have come and gone, but Hindus have not only withstood the test of time, they are the third largest religion in the world, with numbers estimated at over 1 billion practitioners. Hinduism was born in India 3,500 years ago. Most Hindus live in India, with as much as 80% of its population practicing. The Sanskrit word Veda most generally means truth or knowledge, but the word is most often used to refer to ancient Hindu scriptures. The earliest portions of the Vedic library are organized into 4 separate collections of verse called Samgitas. The Rigsmagita alone contains over 1,000 separate hymns, with more than 10,000 verses divided into 10 books. According to Hindu belief, inspired sages known as rishis heard these verses directly from the gods. Hinduism is not a monolithic tradition. There isn't a one Hindu opinion on things, and there is no single spiritual authority to define matters for the faith. There are several different denominations, the 4 largest being Vaishnavism, Saivism, Shaktism, and Smartism. Further, there are countless schools of thought, or sampradayas, expressed in tens of thousands of guru lineages, or paramparas. Each is typically independent and self-contained in its authority. In a very real sense, this grand tradition can be defined and understood as 10,000 faiths gathered in harmony under a single umbrella called Hinduism, or Sanatana Dharma. There are 4 basic principles that the vast majority of Hindus believe in: karma, reincarnation, all-pervasive divinity, and dharma. Karma. Karma literally means deed or act, and more broadly names the universal principle of cause and effect, action and reaction which governs all life. Karma is a natural law of the mind, just as gravity is a law of matter. Karma is not fate, for man acts with free will, creating his own destiny. The Vedas tell us if we sow goodness, we will reap goodness. If we sow evil, we will reap evil. Reincarnation. Reincarnation, or punarjanama, is the natural process of birth, death, and rebirth. At death, we drop off the physical body and continue evolving in the inner worlds in our subtle bodies until we again enter into birth. Through the ages, reincarnation has been the great consoling element within Hinduism, eliminating the fear of death. Reincarnation ceases when karma is resolved, God is realized, and moksha, liberation, is attained. All-pervasive divinity. As a family of faiths, Hinduism upholds a wide array of perspectives on the divine, yet all worship the one, all-pervasive Supreme Being hailed in the Upanishads. As absolute reality, God is unmanifest, unchanging, and transcendent, the self-God, timeless, formless, and spaceless. Each denomination also venerates its own pantheon of divinities, Mahadevas, or great angels known as gods, who were created by the Supreme Lord and who serve and adore Him. Dharma. When God created the universe, He endowed it with order, with the laws to govern creation. Dharma is God's divine law prevailing on every level of existence, from the sustaining cosmic order to religious and moral laws which bind us in harmony with that order. In relation to the soul, Dharma is the mode of conduct most conducive to spiritual advancement, the right and righteous path. It is piety and ethical practice, duty and obligation. Adharma is opposition to divine law. The Charukaral reminds us, Dharma yields heaven's honor and earth's wealth. What is there then that is more fruitful for a man? There is nothing more rewarding than Dharma, nor anything more ruinous than its neglect. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, renowned philosopher and president of India from 1962 to 1967, summarizes in the Hindu view of life. The Hindu recognizes one supreme spirit, though different names are given to it. God is in the world, though not as the world. He does not merely intervene to create life or consciousness, but is working continuously. There is no dualism of the natural and the supernatural. Evil, error, and ugliness are not ultimate. No view is so utterly erroneous, no man is so absolutely evil, as to deserve complete castigation. There is no hell, for that means there is a place where God is not, and there are sins which exceed his love. The law of karma tells us that the individual life is not a term, but a series. Heaven and hell are higher and lower stages in one continuous movement. Every type has its own nature which should be followed. We should do our duty in that state of life to which we happen to be called. Hinduism affirms that the theological expressions of religious experience are bound to be varied, accepts all forms of belief, and guides each along his path to the common goal. These are some of the central principles of Hinduism. If Hinduism lives today, it is due to them.